Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris here at Soldier Field, and the quarterback story pops up once again here in Chicago.
Yes, it does. Doug Flutie will play today. Mike Dick has made a point of it all week. He wants his Heisman Trophy winner to get some experience. He wants to clear up his quarterback situation before the playoffs. But Mike Tomczak's going to start. Of course, he had a pretty good game last week, and if you stop and think, he started 5 times for the Chicago Bears. They have won all 5 of those football games.
Mike Tomczak from Ohio State, the quarterback. Payton and Suey, the running backs. Willie Galt, Keith Ortego, the wide receivers, and Emery Moorhead, the tight end. Across the front, Jim Covert playing with an assortment of injuries. Bortz, Hilgenberg, Kurt Becker, and Van Horn. Walter Payton to the 48-yard line and a Chicago first down.
Yes, they ran it off the counter. You can see the fake to the right and back to the left. Watch Matt Suey, 26 out front. He throws the key block there on Scott Brantley, and Payton cuts back, makes big yardage as the Bears open up on their first possession. Walter Payton heading for 16,000 yards for his career.
Despite his injury, in the lineup for the Bears at right guard. Tomczak on first down. He's got a big hole up the middle. 3 Bucs collide with the quarterback Tomczak, but it appears he is very close to a first down.
History of playing pretty good games against Chicago.
Second and less than a yard. Matt Suey all the way to the 25-yard line before McKeever stops him there.
As they ran the counter again. Now watch 78. Here comes Keith Van Horn coming across here, and he throws the block on 52 Scott Brantley, and Matt Suey powers up the middle as the Bears booming right down the field early.
And a problem indeed for the Buccaneers early. Payton gets about 4, and Chris Washington puts the stop on him there, number 51. Mike Tomczak, the starter, and he has them driving downfield. Draw play for Payton, and Payton hit at the line of scrimmage by Holmes, and then picked up 2 or 3 more on the rebound.
Walter Payton, and you talk about how much longer is he going to play. The Bears are presently negotiating with Payton for another 2-year contract. So Walter's going to stay around a while despite all the young, fast running backs that the Bears have picked up in the recent years.
Payton, 32 years of age in his 12th year. Straight ahead is Suey blasting inside the 10-yard line. First down, and now goal to go. Short drop for Tomczak, intended for Ortego, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Yes. On the deflection, it's Craig Curry picking off the pass intended for Keith Ortego. Defensively for the Bears, Hampton, McMichael, Perry, and Dent. And the secondary, the linebackers, Singletary and Marshall, joined by newcomer today, Al Harris.
And that, of course, is because of the suspension to Otis Wilson, who was out for 1 game because of that hit on Lewis Lips last week. So Al Harris getting his chance to play in a full game, and you see the defensive backfield, Richardson, Jackson, Duerson, and the veteran Gary Fensick, who has 10 interceptions during his career against Tampa Bay.
So the Bucs start first down from their own 20. Steve Young handing off to James Wilder. Wilder drives his way for about 8 yards.
Grimes.
So from the 27-yard line, the Bears will try again, and Payton, again shedding tacklers, picks up about 6 and gets to the 21-yard line where Bob Nelson. Third down and 4, Chicago from the shotgun. Dennis Gentry has the first down, pulled out of bounds at about the 11-yard line by the linebacker for Chicago. Tomczak trying to run up the middle on the quarterback draw. Touchdown.
And this was a planned play, not a scramble. Now watch Kurt Becker, number 79, leading the way. He's got Curry, the man he's got to hit. Tomczak plays off the block and goes into the end zone. With the 3-man rush like that, the linebackers have got to make the play, and there was nobody there to do it, and Tomczak takes it in.
Steve Young brings the Bucs out again. Inside handoff for Ron Springs, and Springs gets a good hole out the left side and has about 6 yards on the play. Gets from Vince Coben and company. Second down. McMichael meets James Wilder in the backfield. There'll be a loss on the play. First down from the 46-yard line of the Bears. Tomczak continues at quarterback. Screen pass, Payton. To the 24-yard line. Make it the 24.
Okay, there were 2 defenders and 2 offensive blockers off this screen as everything's set up nicely. Now he had to wait for these 2 blocks, and he got one from Tom Thayer in the game, and the other one from Becker, and then he broke the tackle by Washington and went down the sideline. You're kind of soft on your pass block, and you let the defensive line think they're getting in. Now, he just hesitates there, split the blocks, and went down the field. The one and only. He is something, isn't he?
Gentry inside the 5 and is very close to first down yardage. The spot will determine whether they'll have 4 cracks at it from about the 2.
He makes a nice gain, but had he broken to his right, I don't know if we'll be able to see it from this angle. He has Payton leading the way for him, number 34, who threw a good block. He could have gone for the touchdown. He's very close to the first down they're going to have to measure.
The situation in the game. Tomczak has Gentry slipped as he tried to turn it into the end zone, but gets to the 2-yard line.
And Anderson never got the handle on the ball, and it's a completely botched play. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers alertly recovered as Mike Ditka has something to say to Mike Tomczak. As Doug Flutie comes into the game off of that mistake down on the goal line.
So Doug Flutie has a nice way to start the game here from the 23-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Wow. And Mike Ditka wasted no time. He sent in a play, and he told Doug Flutie, you run it. Had he been able to get by Jackie Walker, Walker does a good job there as he fakes the pass, forces him back in, and he almost got killed here. He dipped down underneath about 4 Buccaneers at the last second.
Good defensive work by the Bucs, but Payton hurdled one man and looks like he has the first down.
The inside handoff, and number 90, Holmes, does a good job of stacking this play up. You can see he forces everything out to the outside, and then Payton, just with his great ability, gets up there and just makes a few extra yards with a little help from Mark Bortz at the block on Curry.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Thomas Sanders, touchdown. The second year back from Texas A&M, and Doug Flutie yet to throw a pass has the Bears in the end zone.
Thomas Sanders with the start as Payton goes through first. He gets a good block there from Mark Bortz, 62, through the key block that time as he threw it on Scott Brantley, and Sanders bulled his way into the end zone, touchdown.
Young getting some time. And off the hands, intercepted by Fensick. Fensick's 11th interception against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it popped right into Fensick's hand.
And that sets a new Chicago Bear record for career interceptions for Gary Fensick. The old record was 37, held by Richie Pettibon, and the fans are giving him a tremendous ovation. You see Heflin gets his hands on it, and it bounces, and there is Gary Fensick, 38 career interceptions.
Payton fouls for about 5 inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. 5 to go out of the shotgun at Gentry. Pulled down inside the 5-yard line by Jeremiah Castile.
Did you see that speed as once he took off, and his lineman, he came back across off the lineman block. There's Payton's block, and here comes Hilgenberg, 63, just to seal his man off, and then Gentry just turned it up. But here is a good seal. You can see there by 34, Payton block, then comes Hilgenberg, and then Gentry just turned it on and headed for that end zone as the Bears continue to create huge holes in the Tampa Bay defensive line.
He had planned to play Doug Flutie, didn't say when or for how long. He got him in a hurry. First and goal. Flutie rolling. Touchdown.
think we're going to see the name Doug Flutie quite a bit for the rest of the year. You can see that Steve McMichael, 76, to the seal block. But watch 57, Tom Thayer. You'll see it as Flutie goes into the end zone. He made the nice block right there at the goal line, and it was duck soup for Mr. Flutie. His first NFL touchdown.
Doug Flutie is taken over to make it 14-0. He scored to make it 21-0. Wilder picks up about 9 off the right side, and you can see the players skidding on the slippery turf. Hill and Beller into the Bears secondary on 3rd down and 7. Young, and it's complete. Nice catch by Calvin McGee, and a first down for Tampa Bay to the 49-yard line.
How about that?
3rd down and 9 for Steve Young, and what a catch by McGee with Duerson draped all over him. He's short of the first down, but he did a great job to hold on to that ball. Hampton in pursuit of Young, and good block on him. Young gets it off complete to McGee, and McGee battles for a first down. Terrific effort by Young and Calvin McGee. Young escapes the rush of Hampton. Up the middle for Carter. Carter inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Pulled down by Sean Gale. A 30-yard gain.
There's the blitz.
Off for Wilder. Dropped the ball, and diving out, it's still loose. Grabbed by the Bears. Sean Gale. And Chicago with it at their own 20. Flutie from the shotgun. Going deep for Willie Galt. He got it.
65 yards.
52-yard pass play. About 65 yards in the air for the little guy, if you have any wonder about his arm.
This one went about 65 yards in the air. I asked him the longest he's ever thrown the ball. He says around 70 yards. Well, that time he just zinged it, and Willie Galt has that speed, brought him across the field, and hit him right on the button.
Well, that's his first completion in the NFL, and not a bad one to Willie Galt. He's 1 of 5 today. Suey and Payton in the backfield. Payton in motion. Pressure from the backside. He gets it off. Intended for Payton. Oh, touchdown. No flag.
Okay, they rolled him left. And actually, Tampa Bay defense it pretty well. See Jeff Davis here putting the pressure. Now, that's a tough throw for a quarterback. And that ball, I think Payton was surprised that it was so far down the field. And what a catch by Walter Payton.
First down. Wilder has a blocker in front and gets about 7, maybe 8 yards before Singletary and Al Harris combine to bring him down. Ribs in motion. Good hold for Wilder, and he has a first down. Out to the 39-yard line. Steve McMichael tripped him up.
Blitz.
For McGee. What a catch. Calvin McGee pulled down by Gary Fensick, and McGee has been the bright light for the Bucs in this otherwise gray afternoon. He's made 3 excellent catches, and this one the best of them. And that's the spot that used to be occupied by Jimmy Giles. This time Hampton is there in the backfield to meet James Wilder and slings him down like a sack of potatoes with help from Richard Dent.
And Hampton got in there so quickly from the backside that nobody even blocked him. And by the time coming from the I formation, Wilder had no chance to even get to the line of scrimmage. And Dan Hampton, one of the best in the business, along with Richard Dent, pulled him down. It just has not been Wilder's day.
From the 35-yard line of the Bears.
Here they come.
Duerson in pursuit, and he's got it. First sack of the afternoon by the Bears, Dave Duerson. And again, good coverage downfield by the Bears secondary. Might be a good pick. So you folks at home are fans of the Bucs. Make your pick. See what happens. Screen pass on first down to the tight end Moorhead. First down. To the 45 of Tampa Bay. Craig Swope made the tackle.
So Mike Tomczak a chance to reestablish himself here.
First down, Bears. Walter Payton. Now, I might expect here, Johnny Morris with a 28-0 lead. That
The 28 points. We'll see how it ends up.
second down and 8. This is Thomas Sanders. Huge hole, and he can shoot. To the 21-yard line of Tampa Bay. Rod Jones and Craig Curry drove him out.
Tom Thayer and Walter Payton, who came up with a key block as they come out here and make the kickout block 2-on-1, and Sanders has such tremendous acceleration. Willie Galt even got a brush block. That's all we can give him, a brush block on that one. But
20-yard pickup for Sanders. First down. A lot of time for Tomczak. Pumps once and he'll run it. Met there by Jackie Walker, the linebacker, inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Third and goal from the 8. Tomczak and touchdown. Willie Galt.
as you can see, they come across with the penetration here. And so Tomczak has to start, and Galt went down and back with a nice little move. And it ended up being an easy touchdown. Craig Curry gave him a little shot there. He said, you might as well earn the touchdown.
Wins and losses. Young rolls out on first down, and escapes Dent, but not the backside man, Dan Hampton. Second sack of the afternoon, 10th of the season for Dan Hampton.
2 weeks ago, Hampton had 3.5 sacks, and now he adds another one. Goes into the double figures. He's not talking a lot this year. He's doesn't say much to the press. Says, I don't have anything to say. I just want to play football. And
Wilder wrapped up on the corner by Al Harris. Half yard at most. And Anderson back on the field with Payton. And they give it to Walter Payton. And Payton gets about 5. So Anderson threw a block on the play. 9 of 11. How's that for an average on third down?
blitz again.
And wide open is Payton. Stopped short of the goal line by Ivory Sully, number 44.
There was a mistake in the Tampa Bay secondary. Tomczak spotted it as Payton came out, went straight down the field, and then heads for the goal line, and Ivory Sully runs him down from behind. When he gets out and gets in the open field, he doesn't have the speed that he used to have. And Sully gets him before he gets to the goal line, but the Bears threatening again, and this is really becoming a blowout.
Payton inside, touchdown. And Walter Payton just rifled another ball up into the seats.
That cost him
$500.
$500 every time he does that.
2 today.
Well, that hole was so big you could drive a truck through it. Great blocking in the offensive line, and Payton just spotted the hole, went through, and finally scores a touchdown before Murphy could make the tackle. Walter Payton now 105 rushing touchdowns. That moves him into second on the all-time list behind Jimmy Brown, who had 106.
The Redskins. Denver Broncos. And Wilder buried at the line of scrimmage by William Perry. When you get buried by Perry, you've been buried. It is third down and 7. Steve Young is 3 of 7 converting in this situation today, and it's intercepted by Todd Bell. And Bell laterals the ball, and oh my goodness! It is Heflin. Vince Heflin has the ball handed to him by Mike Richardson. The rotating quarterback system of the Chicago Bears, the Super Bowl champs. Doug Flutie, his turn. Definitely in favor of the Giants at this point. Wilder. The refrigerator by the fridge. And the fridge got him up high, nearly took his head off. And that brings in Bobby Howard in Wilder's spot, number 25. Young eludes Henry Wachter and got the ball off to Howard, and Howard gets up for a pickup of about 5 yards at the Tampa Bay Bucs. Play-action pass, McGee rumbles downfield and is met by 3 Bears at the 50-yard line. Young complete to Carter. And another first down, Tampa Bay. Moving into Bears territory at the 33. Maurice Douglas made the stop. It stays this way. And lost Bo Jackson. Oh, yeah, that hurt. This is Howard. Howard wide open. And he has a first down and blasts his way inside the 10-yard line to the 8. Fourth down and goal. Young for McGee, touchdown. Kelvin McGee and Steve Young have provided all of the offense for the Bucs today. And Thomas Sanders is back with Lou Barnes, and they'll go with the ground ball. Picked up at the 15-yard line. Lou Barnes got running room. He can fly. One man to beat. It's Igwebuike. For Lou Barnes, the rookie from Oregon.
Drives another nail in the casket of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He got a big hole at the break and then just turned on the speed, put a little move on Igwebuike, and that was all she wrote.
Let's see it one more time, Johnny. Lou Barnes.
It was a squibbler, but you can see right here at the point of attack there was the big hole that he got through. Now, Igwebuike, of course, doesn't play very much, and he just had to give a little dipsy-do to the inside, then turned on the speed, and he was gone. He's got plenty of speed and hopes to play a little bit more as a wide receiver. He gets in on special occasions, but
Kansas City, 27-10, looks like the Chiefs are in command of the fourth. First down, Bucs from their own 22-yard line, complete to McGee. Young eludes one rusher. Slides in, and I mean slides through that slick turf. All right, Brent, and yet another quarterback for the Chicago Bears, Steve Fuller. I swear I saw him introducing himself to the players when he went out on the field. Said, "Hi, I'm number 4, Steve Fuller. Remember me?"
He fell out of favor earlier in the season, and his name has hardly been mentioned by Ditka. But Ditka says, "Get in there, let's see what you can do," because he's come through with some big games for them in the past.
Well, and they give to Neil Anderson, who gets a first down, not to the 48-yard line. The Bears' #1 draft choice.
Well, Neil Anderson went in and had a talk with Mike Ditka a couple of weeks ago and wanted to know what his role was. He was a little tired of just playing on special teams. He said, "I realize I'm playing behind the great one, Walter Payton," but he said, "I think I should get a little action, a little duty." Mike Ditka agreed, and he is getting some time.
They're effectively out of things. And that loss by the Saints pretty much finishes them. Anderson picks up another 10 yards. They're very close to it. Ron Holmes made the stop. Second and a yard. And Anderson 9 on the last one. And he has it again and has the first down. And breaks the first tackle and gets about 4 or 5 yards. So the Chicago Bears, with Doug Flutie getting into the action today for the first time in any significant fashion, running for one, passing for another touchdown, and going over to visit with Steve Young, 2 great young college quarterbacks, and I'm sure talking about the frustrations of having to run so much before you can get the ball off. For Johnny Morris, this is Tim Ryan saying so long from Soldier Field. Stay tuned for the post-game show with Brent Musburger. You've been watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.